Welcome to Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks. I'm, of course, Dr. Cush, along with my barback Kyle. I'm not a real doctor, but I did spend almost 2 decades running some of LA's best bars. After years of teaching classes and training bartenders, I want to demystify the cocktail world for you. Let's try a few new things as I open up my bar to everybody. Belly up, chat, and let's have a drink. Welcome, everybody, to Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks. I am, of course, Dr. Cush. What a week! What a week we have had. Now, I have to immediately jump on here and dispel some rumors. One rumor, mostly, I've seen flying around the internet that the moment I was gifted a torch for Tiki drinks, suddenly LA's on fire. I had nothing to do with it. I had nothing to do with it. Oh my gosh. Let's go over the past week. So we've been trying to go live anytime we could. But it turns out that right around 5 o'clock, when the sun goes down around here, the winds pick up. And so I would be ready. I would be doing my entire setup for the day. I would say, I think today's the day we're going to be doing this. And then suddenly the wind would kick in. And that is, of course, when evacuation notices go out. And so every time we tried to go live, we would get either put on a list or we'd be put somewhere. Listen, it was terrifying there for a minute. I have some great pictures. I think you guys probably saw them of the fire coming over the mountain. I mean, great pictures, horrifying pictures, but of the fire coming over the mountain and everything. But we are back in town and ready to go. Hello, Tim Wallace over on Instagram. We are back and we are ready to go. We're starting very easy. You guys have been asking, not all of you, but the vocal of you have been asking for something with bourbon. We will be doing something with bourbon tonight. I'll be using my very favorite bourbon of all time. Which one is it? I'll tell you later. We're going to be doing that. We're going to be making a riff on a cocktail called the Eastern Sour, called the Seahorse. Does it have a long and storied history like a lot of these cocktails do? It does not. It really does not. It came from a website called Modern Tiki, which I love, and that is where it comes from. But it doesn't matter. We're going to be using some fun stuff tonight, and we are together again. Good God Almighty, we are together again. Let me say hello to the people before we get... real quick, I'm going to see if this helps numbers at all. I know I've already told the whole story. The ingredients for this drink are 2 ounces of bourbon, 3/4 ounce lemon juice, 1/2 ounce orange juice. Let's do that again. 2 ounces of bourbon, 3/4 ounce simple syrup, 1/2 ounce lemon juice, 1/2 ounce orange juice, 1/4 ounce of some allspice dram. You're going to shake that up. You're going to put it over ice, and then you're going to decorate it. Okay? If that's all you want to watch the videos for, we are done. You can leave now. Thank you for your view. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you can, remember these classes will always remain free. But if you can't help out, there's a couple ways you can do it. Blah, blah, blah. But for those of you who want to stick around because this is more than just like a cocktail recipe show, let me say hi to you. Let me say hi to our good friend Tiki Tom. Tiki Tom. Oh, Tiki Tom. Oh, Tiki Tom, you have to forgive me. I forgot to buy a bottle. It's been justifiably busy over here. I forgot to buy a bottle of what's it called? Myers. Because of course the Myers store, the one that has the good Myers, the cheap Myers around me, was in a go zone. So which means that you can't go. It's confusing. Like getting a negative prognosis from a doctor. That sounds bad. That's good. This is in a go zone. We should go there. No, in fact, the opposite. You need to go out of there. So I was unable to get it, and then I forgot about it today. Sorry, Tiki Tom. We will have it by Thursday. Bonbon, hello, Bonbon. Thank goodness for the leader. I would never consider myself a leader. I am the clown of the show. that we all sit and watch. I think that's important. Let me say hello to good friend Shiny Panda Baker. Between 1 and 30, I don't think it's good for us if we start numbering ourselves. Just consider yourself part of the big 30, and don't worry which particular number you are. Amy Beer, I was able to get your name on to this thing, and I did the right thing this time. I wrapped it all the way around, so it won't be flopping around. So Amy Beer is the proud owner of the Angostura bottle. So thank you, Amy Beer. Here's Moose. Moose. Nice to see you. Hope everything is good. Yeah, we are all good over here now. It seems like there's going to be some wind again. As soon as I was ready for the show, the wind kicked up. We're going to find out what happens. Interested in the origin of the cocktail? Not many origins. It's from a website. But it doesn't mean it's not good. We're going to try it out. DCW Clark, winner of the 2023 Cush Tucky Derby. Here's Kyle Tender with all of his Tikis and all that stuff. Good to see you, Kyle Tender. KT, for those of you who know what's going on. Oh my goodness, so glad to see all of you, thinking of all of you in LA. Thank you. Cheers to Stephanie and Michael, winners of the 2024 Cush Tucky Derby. And I just had a bolt of inspiration. MPH. I think I owe Michael a call. We had another patron come through, but I didn't know who it was. And now I'm thinking it might be MPH. We'll figure it all out. We're going to figure it all out. It's been busy. We're going to get everything going. Let's see. Who else we got in here? We are... this is MJ Husband. Oh, maybe MJH. Finally got his own account. Good to see you, Michael. Winner, co-winner now of the 2024 Cush Tucky Derby. I guess you'll have to have your own horse this year. That's fun. Here's Paul. Paul, wow, ready to be back. Oh, the thing's not working. It wouldn't be the show if it didn't work. Stephanie kicked him right off. I think that's good. No need to have too many accounts. It's good to have you. Let's see. Did that change the numbers? Oh, 1 second. Yeah, good numbers. Let's see. Let me say hello to Diana's Carl. Let's Cush that tush. I know Diana Carl. I know Carl very well. I know Diana and Carl very well. And this is Tush that Cush. Okay, yes, it was me, MJH. Okay, we will have a bottle naming ceremony here for MJH coming up. I didn't know who it was. And then to be fair, I got a little distracted. So I will figure it out. It was a mystery patron. Mystery no more. Didn't Trader Vic have a cocktail called the Seahorse? Very well could have. Very well could have. I'll be honest with you, Tiki Tom did not do that much research into this cocktail. This might be his version of it. It might not. Uh-oh. Are people over on Facebook? Okay, Facebook's not working yet. Okay. I did not do that much research into this, Tom. I'm very sorry. It was... please forgive me. Please forgive me. Okay. Let's begin. This is a cocktail that I found on a website. It's not that critical. If somebody wants to look up for me, I think this is why we have a live show, so we can all learn from each other. If Trader Vic did have... I have a Trader Vic book here. I have the Trader Vic book here. Let's just see if it shows up in here. It's going to be under the S's for Seahorse. Oh, it's not in alphabetical order. Huh, I wonder why nobody loves... Old Vic. He didn't put his cocktails in alphabetical order. Oh, I guess he sort of did. Okay, we're at Regent Punch, Rum Fruit Punch, Sauterne Punch, so we go right to the Scorpion Punch. Nope. He didn't have it in this book. This is the revised version. There is no Seahorse in this one. I imagine it's not a far cry to just think people who are drinking don't need it in alphabetical order. That might be very true. That might be true. Honestly, what is the alphabet to a drunk? That's why they always ask you to say the alphabet when they're pulling you over for DUIs. It's because drunk people don't care about the alphabet. Okay. Anyway, it's based on another great it's based on another great cocktail called the Eastern Sour. This is really where we start to see bourbon shine in cocktails. Obviously, there's another great one called the Port Light. I just put it back. Yeah, I did when we were trying to run. This is my very own Port Light glass. Thank you. Thank you, Bonbon, and everybody. When we were running, when we were trying to get out of here, I did grab the sign, which is why it's a little cockeyed now. There we go. I did grab the sign. That's a one of a kind thing, and I did grab the glass, and I did grab the proclamation back here. That is all that was going to make it out of the bar, because everything else we could buy again, but those three things couldn't. And then I realized I probably should have taken my niece's thing too, but I forgot about that. So sorry, Arch. Okay, let's get into it. Very, very simple cocktail. We're going to be doing a little decorating today. I think in celebration of just being back, we're going to do a little decorating. So get your decorating minds ready. Get you just ready to wrap around the situation. We're going to reach down here. Oh, you know what? We're going to reach over here. The one thing Kyle took with him when he was trying to get out of here was a single orange. He wanted one orange so that when we eventually landed where we were landing, he could start his whole new tree again. And I said, that's ridiculous, Kyle. Please take a toothbrush and, a change of gloves. But he only wanted an orange. He only wanted an orange. So I figured we would celebrate with that tonight. This is one of Kyle's oranges. This is the leaf from the tree right there. You can't buy them like that in Ralph's. We need half an ounce of some orange juice. So we'll start slicing this up. There we go. Easy. We don't need a ton of juice for this. We need half an ounce. So I'm going to, instead of cut right down the middle, I'm going to cut a little further down this way. That way we can get our half ounce. Kyle does have particularly, I mean, look at that. That's just wasted juice that came out of there. This is a very particularly juicy orange. I can see why Kyle would want to save his orange tree, or at least an orange from that orange tree, in order to create new and better oranges wherever we landed. But we didn't have to go anywhere, so all good. We're going to go ahead and put in half an ounce of some orange juice. Wow. For being in a drought, these oranges, I feel like these oranges are maybe some of the reason we're in a drought. It's sucking up too much of the water. That is a very juicy orange, Kyle. Good work, pal. You did it. Please, Kyle, remind me. Oh. I bought a little trash bag, like a little, or a little trash container where I could put all my citrus that was used. But it doesn't do any good if it's not in here. We're going to go ahead and throw this in here. Half an ounce of orange juice. Excellent. Let's hit our mark. Next thing we want to put in here is going to be half an ounce of lemon juice. Kyle, I think this might be from a lemon from our tree. I think, oh, thank you, Kyle. Appreciate you. Oh, you just throw it right down there. Kyle's feeling, this is helping out Kyle. Right. Okay. We have this right here. This is a lemon. We need half an ounce of lemon juice. We are going to cut this guy in half. I don't know what the juiciness level of these are, but that's the last cutting we're going to do. Throw this away. Put this here. Squeeze. Half an ounce of lemon juice. There we go. Oh, yeah. Look at this. I'm getting my numbers tonight. Yeah, the new jigger. Thank you, everybody, for noticing. The new jigger. I believe I've used it on the show before, somewhat recently. It's a bell jigger. This is a bell jigger. It is a different type of jigger than the jiggers that I was convinced I loved. I was convinced that I was always going to be a Japanese jigger fan. But now that I've been using the bell jigger, I prefer a bell jigger. So if I have led you in the wrong way at some point, but I've told you that Japanese jiggers are the only jiggers to get, stay away from those European garbage things, and definitely don't do a bell jigger. If I said that in the past, I've been known to have a snap, quick decision that I later regret. I do regret that. Okay, we need a little bit of simple syrup. We have some made. We made it before the thing, so okay, yeah, we're good. We need 3/4 of an ounce of some simple syrup. Now, I'm just using regular old white simple syrup. I have the recipe that I got just says simple syrup. And when you say simple syrup, it's usually just means the simplest of all syrups, which is white syrup. But if you want this to be like a little richer, maybe if you like rum, but you also like bourbon, maybe a Demerara simple syrup, because it'll give you some of those like rummy tastes, some of that like rummy, sugary, warm feelings in there. I feel like I want the bourbon to sing in this one, so we're just going to use a regular old white simple syrup. 3/4 of an ounce of that. Isn't there something like 400 different types of orange varieties? Kyle, can you get on that? Can you start listing those? You say you love oranges. Name all 400 types. What is it that you like better? That's a good question. What is it that I like better about my bell jigger? Well, first of all, the one that I have right here, I don't know which company makes it because it's a branded one. It's branded with this GE. It's a Gold Eagle, I believe. It's a vodka company that gave it to me. It's nice and heavy, which there's just something nice about like something that should be really light, feeling very heavy. Feels like it's really well made. But also because, let's bring in a bell jigger cam real quick. We can just take a look at this real quick. So, oh, that's a fun new thing. Leaves in the shot. Because it bells out, there really isn't, because the sides are straight, it builds up very nicely, as opposed to anything that has a curve. It's going to build up at the end, like the last quarter is going to be a lot more liquid than the bottom 3/4, just because of any kind of expansion like that. I'm sure one of the math people will be able to tell me like, the area, when you find the area of something. But since this one has basically straight up and down lines, once you get past this initial curve, which is the 1/4 ounce, then everything else is straight up. So I'm finding that I am getting a better, I'm getting a better idea of how much I'm pouring into something. And it just seems more accurate to me. That's for me, that's what it is so far. So, in about 3 months, I will have changed my mind completely, and I will then say that there is only one type of jigger, and that is the European jigger, and that is the only one we should buy. I don't think that that's the way to go, but I will say it looks likely to tip. It looks like to tip, or at least my bar. It's actually the bell jigger is going to tip a lot less than one of these guys. We'll do a tip test real quick. I mean, listen, we're back here, we're live, this is what we do. Tip test. If you're going by tip test, the only way to go is the bell jigger. I promise I'm not being paid by Big Bell Jigger. Okay. If we were to sort of round this one off right now, we add a little bit of orgeat into here and some bourbon, and we would have a delicious cocktail known as the Eastern Sour. But that is not what we are doing. That's not what we are doing. We are doing the Seahorse. And in the Seahorse, we need a very special ingredient. No orgeat, but instead, homemade allspice dram. I happen to have that. So we're going to be using this allspice dram. It still smells really good. I have been keeping it in the refrigerator. I think I can keep it out of the refrigerator. There's a lot of booze in there, but I don't want it to go bad. If it doesn't go bad, then it's basically a lifetime supply. We don't need much. We just need a 1/4 ounce of some allspice dram. If you don't want to use homemade stuff, I totally understand. For years and years, I did not use homemade stuff. And now that I have a lifetime supply, I am going to use homemade stuff. But if you don't want to, the recipe specifically calls for St. Elizabeth's allspice. And that's an easier allspice to find. We need a 1/4 of an ounce of this stuff. Little of this stuff goes a long, long way. So 10 cuidado, as we say down Mexico way. There we go. All right. Throw this in the fridge. next thing we need is our bourbon. Now, I have a very favorite bourbon of all time. It's difficult. It's difficult to actually call it my favorite, because when I say something is my favorite, there are 3 criteria for me. 1, do I like it? That's obvious. That should be obvious to everybody. 2, can I afford it? It's not a crazy expensive bottle of bourbon. In fact, for me, it's always been a free bottle of bourbon. I very much like that. The problem with it is, can I get it? I cannot always get this bourbon. It is only, for right now, and this may have changed a little bit, it is only sold in Buffalo, New York. My buddy, my college roommate, who's a lawyer, he's got a brother who is also, I believe, a lawyer, but they both, the younger brother, quit lawyering and opened up a distillery out in Buffalo, New York, called Hartman's. Hartman's, that is, of course, my good friend Mike and Justin Hartman. They are super good boys. They have a great Instagram. They're always doing something fun out there. I would suggest joining. I believe it's called Hartman's Distillery on their Instagram. Maybe jump on there and tell people, hey, we need to get your whiskey out here. Dr. Cush says it's his favorite whiskey of all time, and we need to get that going. So, or you know what? Maybe we don't need to brigade people, but you know, Hartman's whiskey, my favorite whiskey. It's a free bottle of whiskey for me because my buddy Hartman gives me one for Christmas every year. Clearly, I have. It's been a rough week. This is the barrel strength stuff, coming in at 57% ABV. Let me make sure that's right. 56.6% ABV, 80% rye, and 20% wheat. That can't be? Oh, the barrels. I don't know what he's talking about. I'm sure there's something in there. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and put in 2 ounces of some bourbon whiskey. Now, you know me. Old Cush tender. Old Cushy Cush. If I'm drinking whiskey by itself, I will drink 40 proof. I will drink 80 proof. If I'm just drinking whiskey like on the rock, I will drink 80 proof. If you're ever using anything in a cocktail, don't use 80 proof. Try and get something in the 100 range, at least over 90. Bourbon has a very interesting way of tasting flat when you aren't tasting the booze. It can taste old and dusty. And while I think that's some of the stuff that we like about how bourbon tastes, any whiskey really, what we like about a whiskey, that, you know, the aging process, the woods and the stuff. I do think that once you don't taste that alcohol anymore, it's kind of like licking the inside of a barrel, which, as appetizing as that may be to wood perverts, like woodpeckers and whatnot. Those are wood perverts. I think you miss out on something. So up the booze on that in particular, and you will be in a good spot. Let me just say hello to a few people that have joined. Let me say hello to the Low Carb Cocktail Guy. Low Carb Cocktail Guy, I want to have you on the show soon. We're going to get back into doing our interviews stuff, and I think that honestly, I can't imagine anybody doesn't want you on the show. So pop on over here. Street PI wrote me a very lovely message. Thank you to everybody that wrote me a lovely message. But Street PI wrote me a particularly nice one, and it was I appreciate you. Quee Freak, good to see you. I almost called you to see if you were okay, and then Jen, who knows what LA is like, said he's not anywhere near what's going on. So I just assumed that anything south of me was in trouble. It turns out you're way too far. But good to see you, buddy. I was thinking about you this week. Hopefully you are doing good. I think that's what I got. I agree. I like aged bourbon, but not old dusty bourbon. That's right. Yes, I think you want some aged bourbon, not some old dusty bourbon. Okay, this is that, as it should be. We're going to go ahead and throw some ice in here. I just made new ice today. Ooh, fun. Little bubbles in the ice. Do you see it? Little bubble. We'll use that one as our show ice, and we'll use this one as our shaken ice. There we go. Where's my thing? There it is. Take our shaken ice, throw it into here. Whoop. There we go. We are, for at least the time being, until this drives me absolutely crazy, we are going to try and only use clear ice on the show for a little bit. I do think that I started off as an ice guy, and now I am, I've lost some of those credentials. Give this a nice big shake. There we go. Nice. Throw that here. I don't think this is tempered long enough. All right, why don't we get this prepared? We're just going to do a little, as my wife will say, we're going to do a little schmookle and a little schmockle. Now, you'd think that maybe she doesn't say that, and I've given somebody the wrong thing, but she does say things like that. We're just going to take this orange. I want to display how beautiful this orange is, so we're just going to slowly cut a beautiful little circle. Why not do 2 of those? 1 for each side, getting it as thin as we can without having it completely fall apart. But we are going to throw these in to our glass here. So it looks like this. Now, of course, that looks silly. That doesn't look like we want it to at all. But then once we get our ice thrown in there, once we shave off a little bit of this ice, not this one. I have an ice carving knife and I keep trying to not use it. Get you nice and close so you can see me cut my finger off. There we go. We really just need 2 of the corners sliced. Oh yeah, look at that. All right, so now we throw our ice right in here. That should push our oranges all off to the side. And now we have a beautiful decoration on this. I've also run out to obtain a little bit of mint. So this is a mint. This is not a cousin or even an acquaintance of our good friend Minty, but this is our friend Chocolate Mint, and he lives outside. True. There we go. Throw that in there. You can be done there if you just wanted to decorate a glass, but we of course want to drink from this thing. So we're just going to go ahead and pour this. Let's get this beauty shot going. Let's just get this down a touch. Dip, 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 dip. Put it where we need it to be, and here we go. Should we put the maybe like that? Okay. There we have it. This one should spin. I do think, oh yeah, there it goes. Ooh, yes, look at that. We'll put it on the spinner. Give everybody a chance to really gawk at this geek. Spinner. On. Timmy Wallace over on Instagram. Thank you if you are joining me on Instagram. Good to see you guys. We are able now to take comments from Instagram. What are my feelings on dehydrated orange slices? Love them. I have them right here. This whole thing right here. These are all dehydrated orange slices. They're great. The problem with dehydrated orange slices in a drink like this is, of course, we put them in here and then they would immediately rehydrate. And that would, a rehydrated, dehydrated orange looks awful. It really looks bad. So if you're going to do something like this, find a way to get that orange slice. Just get a real one, you know? I think that's the way to do it. Here, kind of a fun tiki drink. Fun for the first, for those of you who don't know, if you just heard that sound, that is the sound of the Watch Duty app that every Angelino has downloaded. We all know. Last week, no idea what the Watch Duty app was. Now We all have it, and that's the sound of when they send something. Containment has been increased to 18% Cal Fire. That's the Palisades fire. That's the one that is near us. They have it up to 18%. If this was a test, that would be a failure, a big one. But because it's not a test, it's a fire, I think that's good. So I'll keep doing this. Yes, now that is a much needed glass of sunshine. That's a glass of much needed sunshine. Yes. Thank you. Good to see you. Cocktail Lulu, always a pleasure, never a chore. Let's get I'm going to drink this one with a straw. That straw is too big. Far too big of a straw there. All of these are too big. Where's the little ones? All the way down here. Yoink. There we go. Throw our straw in here. Right here next to the mint. And there we go. This right here, the Seahorse, does it have a longer history? It very well might. Did I bother to learn it tonight? I did not. The live shows are more about when us coming together. If I do know a fact, I will tell it to you. If I do not know a fact, I will do my very best not to lie to you and tell you that I do know about it. Cheers. This is good. Ooh. This is really good. I will tell you, thank goodness, I have an extra amount of alcohol in here from the 56.6% Hartman's Bourbon. It makes all the difference, especially in a juicy cocktail like this, with a lot of big juices, orange and lemon juice, a lot of big juices. You can quickly ruin the bourbon. The over alcoholization of this bourbon is what we need, and also the allspice dram is lovely. I think, and this may sound insane, if you're home making the allspice dram, like we did, I think you only need 1/8 of an ounce. I think there might be even too much of this stuff in here, and that is concerning. Now, this thing seems like it's about to tip over, and I really don't want to lose Hemingway. Or maybe we might have to get some earthquake putty for that. A Wild Turkey 101 will be the next, the one I tried this cocktail with. Yeah, the Wild Turkey 101 will do very well in this cocktail. Absolutely. A Wild Turkey 101, one of my very favorite bourbons because I can get it, I can use it, etc. Did I say hello to Dougie G? That's $10 a mint this time of year. It turns out that his mint these days is very, very expensive. This is free. I mean, say it's free. It's growing outside, but with how expensive water is to keep things alive, this might be, basically, I might need a down payment on the next one. Finally, we had a chance to look up at Trader Vic's. They make a Seahorse, and it's served in a Seahorse mug. Well, maybe we'll have a Seahorse off. Stranger things have happened. We had a tropical itch off, I believe, once. Why doesn't this thing keep just spinning? It has one job, just spin. Okay, that's what I got for you guys. Thank you guys for not forgetting all about us. Thank you to everybody that reached out and said such nice words. Myself, Kyle, and Jen are all doing great. In fact, we're doing so great. I want to officially, wish my wife a very, very happy birthday. It is not her birthday today, nor was it her birthday yesterday, but it was very recent, and I just can't even explain. I tried to in words on Facebook, but how important she is to me. Without her, this would have never happened. So if you like this show even a little bit, then that's due to Jen. So I just want to say I love my wife and a very happy birthday to her. Just this week, it would have been we would have been able to do it on a show day, but there were no shows. Yes, happy birthday all around. Timmy Wallace, very happy birthday with, I believe, a donut and some flowers. Happy birthday, Jen. There we go. Roger G, good to see you. Roger G, we are going to be back on Thursday, so don't worry too much about missing this one. We'll be back. Any updates on Tiki Oasis, Arizona? No. Terrifyingly, no. So I have a feeling, I mean, listen, with everything going on in California, I don't know, but listen, if they have posted the seminar schedule, I haven't looked. If they posted the seminar schedule and I'm not on there, then there's a good chance they did not like what I was pitching them. Bonbon's yelling the F word. Oh gosh, that's not good. So we will let you guys know. If we make it, we make it. If we don't, we will find another chance to get together, and we will continue to do seminars here. Oh, still interested in Louisiana Tiki Fest in March? I am interested in that. Yes. Low Carb Cocktail Guy, we have a few things to talk about. Let's get that going. That sounds like a ton of fun. And I have never been to Louisiana, and I feel like I need to. That's what I got for you guys. Thank you so much. I will reach out to those that I need to reach out to. Otherwise, remember, we are going to be back here on Thursday. I still don't have a name for what we're doing on Thursday. But basically what it is I'm going to just turn the cameras on, and then I am going to shoot I'm going to shoot all the footage that I need in order to make a video. So instead of just me doing that alone, I'm going to turn the thing. It's like you guys are going to be a live studio audience watching me get all the footage that I need. Sorry, no classes with Arizona Tiki. They haven't put them up yet. That's good. Hopefully we're in. They said they would know by January. So, ooh. Anyway, that's what we're doing on Thursday. We'll have our normal Saturday class like that. I want to get on a number of great. I've reached out to a number of very fun liquor companies. I feel like it'd be fun to bring on distillers. I think it would be fun to bring on reps. People that are, interested, like people that have like a love for what they're selling, that kind of thing. So we're going to be looking for more of those, and also obviously content creators, people like the Low Carb Cocktail Guy. So we want to get, if you're not presenting at TO, I want my money back. Me too. Me too. So that's what we're looking for, guys. If you guys have anybody that you think I should be working with, doing interviews with, people in the alcohol space or not in the alcohol space, you let me know. So that's what's coming up. And then remember, just because we've been away for a while, that does not mean that we did not have homework. On the first Friday of every month, we will, or at least the first Friday of this month, we will be doing a book club. The book we are reading right now is A Movable Feast by Ernest Hemingway. It is about him during his drinking days. So on that class, it's going to be a different class. It's going to be on a Friday. We're just going to get together, probably wear our pajamas. We are going to make a cocktail that I think is appropriate for that drink, and then we will discuss. I will offer, and if anybody that wants to come on to the thing and chat with us, you're more than welcome. I'll give everybody space to join the chat, so it's not just me lecturing to you about a book. I don't think that's interesting at all. But yeah, I think that'll be fun. And then after that, we're gonna try and watch the rest of it. Oh, sorry. I bored Bootopia. Good night to my good friend Bootopia. As always, my friend, a pleasure, not a chore. We love Bootopia. Good to see you, pal. All right, that's what I got for you guys. Thank you so much for showing up. We will be back here on Thursday. I believe we are going to be either doing the best way to make cubed ice, or the way that I make cubed ice. I think that'd be an interesting video that could get a few views. Or else I have been deep into the history of the bar spoon. So we may be doing the history of the bar spoon. I don't know which one of those. Now that I say them out loud, maybe those aren't good videos, but we're gonna try them anyway. So meet me back here on Thursday. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. As we always say, the thing is not on. I think I can get it working real quick though. Let me just see if I can get it working real quick. Pink Pony Club. I'm gonna keep
Goodbye.
That's what we always say. We always say, as always,
Goodbye. Goodbye.
goodbye.
How about pretty please?
Oh, please, oh, please, oh, please. How are you today? What?
Yeah! Say it, bitch!
Just a regular human bartender.
I'm in danger.
I started blasting.
I'm having a party, and you're invited!
This is the way we talk in Tucson, Arizona.
Goodbye.